Now, I don't mean for this to be a catty or a negative video, but I woke up this morning, checked my email, and saw that Dior just recently launched a new bag. And I was so underwhelmed that I had to click on it. And that just led me to more underwhelming new releases. So yeah, I guess this is going to be a catty video. So I might as well just embrace my cattiness and start by saying I don't find any of these to be practical and effortless like they claim. I find them to be lazy and forgetful. Welcome or welcome back to a briefcase of luxury, where we love to chat about all things related to life, learning, and luxury. While I have no intentions of quitting my day job as a business professor, I would love to continue to grow this channel, so thank you for being here today. So let's just go ahead and run through these bags, shall we? So the first is their Dior Voyage bag. Now, prices range between $4,400 to $5,400 depending on the size. These are available in a small, medium, and large in either a grained or crinkled calfskin. It's also currently only available in two colors, black and beige, of which the crinkled calfskin is only available in black. There's no difference between the sizes besides just the size, right? Like, you know how some bags, when they release smaller sizes, they may also come with a crossbody strap. Here, it's really just a matter of size difference. They all have the same shoulder top handle situation with the same adjustable belt buckle strap design. You know what? Also, at these price points, it's still crazy to me that their lining is made of cotton and canvas. But yes, this is the Voyage bag, and it is the one that caught my attention first, but for all the wrong reasons. Call it by any other name. Give it any fancy backstory you want. It is what it is. It's a very underwhelming hobo bag. And personally, I find hobo bags to be underwhelming to begin with. Not in a bad way, but this is just one style of bag I would not opt for a designer version of, just because I don't think the design of the bag warrants designer money. Plus, the mid-tier brands are killing it with their hobo bags. But I get that it's a trending style, and every designer house seems to have their take on the hobo bag with the karate chopped center. But it just feels like a money grab when brands take on certain trendy silhouettes, regardless if that silhouette truly aligns or resonates with their own brand identity. Like, I know Louis Vuitton has their carry-all and their slouchy bag, and they have a bunch of other karate chopped style bags, but honestly, that silhouette matches their aesthetics a lot more than it does Dior, in my opinion at least. There's just nothing Dior about this besides slapping on their charms and the Canache stitching on the leather. I mean, if you're looking for a hobo bag, there are just so many other alternatives that are just as practical, but at a fraction of the cost, right? Like, this style is perfect for mid-tier brands, like I mentioned. And the first one that comes to mind is the Staud Valeria bag for what, $300, give or take? So I guess I was just taken aback that they thought this was worth doing and promoting. Let me know if you feel differently. So obviously, once I got started down that rabbit hole of clicking on the email, Dior was proudly showcasing all of their other new bag launches. And seriously, it was just a string of disappointment, one after the other. So let's talk about the D-Motion next. So the D-Motion is only available in a small and a medium. It's $3,900 for the small and $4,250 for the medium. This one at least comes in a few more colors. And it's also available in two leather options, crinkled calfskin and smooth lambskin. And again, the design just feels so lazy to me. It's giving off Chanel 25 vibes, but I would almost be willing to say that I think Chanel did their 25 bag better. Again, I feel like Dior's hoping that by making everything in the Canache leather and slapping on some of the Dior charms, that's all it's going to take to win someone over. But I mean, look at the drawstring closure and the knots. It's just not giving off 3 to 4K vibes, you know? I mean, I guess at least on the bright side, it is lined in calfskin, but I don't know, everything down to even its strap system, it's just something I feel like you're more likely to find with mid-tier brands. So I guess I appreciate that this can be worn cross-bodied versus the first Voyage bag, but still, I mean, I just don't get it. Is it even a money grab for Dior at this point? Are people really buying this? All right, next up, we have to talk about their D-Journey bag. Legit, the first bag that popped in my mind is the Berikami Empiricism 7-way bag, which I think only retails for about $400. Like, that's exactly what this bag reminded me of. But the Dior D-Journey retails for between $4,100 to $5,300. It is available in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, in smooth or crinkled calfskin, in shiny goat skin, and it also has 3 variations of their oblique print. Their traditional navy blue Dior oblique, a gray denim oblique, and a chambray oblique, which granted, I do like the gray and the chambray oblique. But there are just several things that I'm just so baffled by. First off, I'm curious about their choice of font for the CD hardware. I get that they're trying to make it so it hooks together, unlike for the saddle bag where, you know, the CD is really more just for decoration. But that font just seems so out of place and inconsistent with the rest of the font style for the bag. Second, for being a simple single zip bag, the strap situation is so overwhelming and complicated. I honestly can't figure out what all is happening here with the belted straps and all that. Like they clearly took some inspiration from the Hermes Lindy, but if that style wasn't bad or problematic enough as is, this just took that concept and I mean, I definitely don't think they made it any better. And finally, structurally, I don't get the long, flappy, messy bits at the end of the zipper, like the little tails hanging off both sides. You don't see it unless it's on the model, and then it's so obvious that they're just all sorts of hanging off the bag. Like in this case, I think Prada did a better job with their Amy bag. Even Fendi did a better job with their Simply Fendi bag. Like if this is the look you are going for, I would be curious to know what would drive someone to pick this Dior one over the ones from Fendi or Prada. But seriously, I still think Barakami did it best. Last but not least, let's talk about the Dior D-Dream bag. Again, the first bag that popped in my mind was the MZ Wallace Chelsea, and I bet y'all can think of a million other examples, more than I can for sure, because like I've mentioned, I'm hardly paying attention to new bags these days. They have to be either spectacularly amazing or apparently spectacularly appalling or at least underwhelming in order to catch my attention. I'm not sure collectively how many sizes this is available in. Online, I'm seeing a large, a medium, and a mini. So I'm not sure if there's a small and if it's just currently sold out online or if they decided to jump straight from the medium down to the mini. Now these are priced anywhere from $2,800 to $4,700. So what this collection at least has one bag that's under $3K, right? And what's interesting is that for the mini, between the jacquard and the lambskin version, it's only $100 difference. And by the way, I think those are your only 2 options, either in the oblique or in the lambskin. And the oblique only comes in the traditional navy blue color, which is a shame. I think it would have looked really nice in some of the denim and chambray options we saw earlier. Now, all of these do come with an additional crossbody strap, even in the largest size. So that's kind of interesting. This one does have 2 Chanel 25 style external pockets and double zipper. So, I mean, there are some functional aspects to appreciate about the bag. Unfortunately, I'm just not a fan of top handle bags like that have an additional strap. I just don't like how it looks, and I can't even tell you why. The same goes for when they slap straps on the Bottega Mini Jody bags. I just think it looks so weird, which is why even for my MZ Wallace Hobo bags, I haven't even bothered unwrapping the straps, which by the way, don't they feel late to the game? I mean, the Bottega Jody, which arguably is what put this style of bag on the map, is already considered to be on its way out. So why is Dior just now jumping on this bandwagon? And again, if they've done it before, I apologize. Apparently it just wasn't enough to stick around in my mind. But at the same time though, YSL just released something called the Icarino, and my gosh, I know people question the whole concept of first mover advantage, but this just feels beyond late. Unless we've already gone full circle and now these are ahead of the trend once again, like the Jody has already gone fully out of style and is now preparing for its retro vintage comeback. So I guess while I'm harping on Dior in this video, they're not the only ones that have seemed to grow lazy as of late. All that to say, I can't help but wonder if Dior is just a day late and a dollar short when it comes to these new designs and releases. Actually, maybe not so much a dollar short. These are all very pricey. The least expensive bag still starts at around $2,800, right, for the mini D-Dream bag in jacquard. And the most expensive is the large Voyage bag in crinkled calfskin for $5,400. So yeah, all of these are currently outside of my comfort zone for a new bag from store. I made a whole video about that. But beyond just the price tag, I just really don't find hobo bags to be worth that price point. And honestly, not only do I feel like they're late to the game, they're just not even playing the game well, you know? Everything they're releasing feels old and done. But I think that's just because there are other brands who have done it better and faster. And it may also be because Dior has set the bar so high for themselves with the Lady Dior, the saddlebag, and even the book tote that none of these just feel like they're even trying anymore. So let me know if I'm being too harsh and if you feel otherwise and why. Also, would you be interested in buying any of these bags? Let me know down in the comments below. Apparently, I was just moved enough by that initial email to jump on here to film a quick video for y'all, and I want to hear your thoughts. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking around to the bitter end of the video, and if you enjoyed your time here, then please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I can't wait to see you next time.